Hello everyone, Tuesday update. It's about 1 p.m. I just had something to eat. I'm drinking some coffee that I went and picked up. And today's been pretty productive. So I did not finish the kitchen last night. It was about 1 a.m. and I was just so tired. And I went to sleep and I woke up about 8:30 a.m. But I did feel really well rested. Like I didn't wake up at all during the night. I slept like a log. And I got up and I went ahead and finished packing the kitchen. All of the boxes are packed up. I just need to tape them. And then I'm just gonna start doing like a general clean because things are very disorganized right now. There's a lot of trash that I need to take out. And it's really about just kind of leaving everything very, very organized, doing that last minute packing. And that's what I'm going to work on for the rest of the afternoon. So that way tomorrow I can just focus on deep cleaning the kitchen, like cleaning the fronts of the cabinets, the oven, the microwave, all of that, and then doing the first pass of cleaning the shower. And then Thursday I will just go ahead and drive to Texas in the morning. So I ran all of my errands this morning as well, got all of that done, so it felt like I've been very, very productive. And the only thing that I may do either tomorrow or even Thursday morning before I drive off to Texas is just drive around kind of the neighborhood, because there's a lot of one-way streets and there's only like one direction that I can park the moving truck in. So I just want to make sure I know like where I can go turn around if like there's not a parking space that's immediately available, like which path I can like circle until I do find a space in front of our building. But that's like not a huge deal. I can spend 10-15 minutes doing that, you know, in the tomorrow afternoon or in the morning before I leave. But yeah, it's mostly just going to be cleaning up the apartment, taking out the trash, like organizing everything, and then I'll probably go ahead and register for my electric service. And my mother has asked me to order, like we're ordering a stone for my uncle's memorial. He passed away in December, and because of COVID we couldn't have like a formal funeral. So in the middle of July, we're gonna have a memorial service for him, and we're getting like a headstone. It's not anything fancy, it's just like a flat one that you lay over the grave. But she wants me to go ahead and order that because we're about a month out from that. And you know, the website says it takes like 2 weeks, but just in case there's any delay, we'll have a little bit of buffer time. And that'll be delivered to one of my other uncles, who lives in Texas, and he'll just like keep it at his house until the memorial service. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I may give you just a little visual of everything, like the full mess, so that way you can see you know, that everything's packed, it's just messy, and there's like general cleanup that I need to do. These are all the boxes I need to tape up. Here's the messy kitchen, but nothing's in the cabinets. Just a few other items here and there. That's a lot of trash. That's a little cart that I'm gonna load all the trash into so I can take it down. Yeah, things are just messy. Okay, so I just want to show you guys what I've done. So this is all packed up. I wrapped the couch, the TV cabinet. I still need to wrap the actual TV and take the feet off of it, but I'll do that. And over here, I took down the curtain, and I had them hanging with like little sticky hooks from the dollar store, and they were a pain to remove. It took a while, even with like Goo Gone. And all of this is nicely packed, ready to go. Over here, the kitchen is cleared out. Tomorrow I'm gonna deep clean. This is just stuff I'm leaving out. Those dishes are things I just washed, and I'm gonna go ahead and pack them into like a miscellaneous box that I have. That's just cleaning supplies, and that is like my moving supplies, so tape, plastic wrap, all that stuff. But otherwise it's all clean. This is stuff that I am going to pack down in the car. I need to organize it a little bit. I do have that extra space and I'm gonna go ahead and use it because that's a really big bin and it just has a bunch of like mason jars and glass jars in it. And then I have a couple of pitchers that I don't want to break. So, and then some more like plastic bins from the dollar store. So I'm gonna try and fit that down in the car. I still need to shrink wrap this and shrink wrap that dresser, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow because I'll explain what's happening with the shrink wrap in a minute. And then this is all trash that I need to take out. And then in here, this is like stuff that I'm trying to pack into a miscellaneous box. And yeah. Okay, so new development. I am really anxious right now because I was making such good progress throughout the day and it's kind of like stopping me from moving forward and finishing the things I want to finish tonight. But so you guys know I reached out to some movers and they gave me a quote for $900. And in the quote they were charging me like $300 for the moving truck even though I already have one. And then they had charged me for 4 hours, 2 movers for 4 hours, $600. So that was the $900 that they were charging. And I was like, that's just way too high. I really only need 2 movers for 2 hours. That's what I had last time when I moved up here and they were able to load it very easily within the 2 hours. And then when I arrived, I had actually booked 2 movers for 2 hours and they were able to unload everything within an hour. But I know that loading usually takes a little bit longer just because they have to like organize the truck. So I'm really just looking for 2 movers for 2 hours. And as long as they get like the large stuff on there, even if they don't finish in the 2 hours, I can load up the rest of the boxes because I feel like they would be able to get most of it done during that time. But that quote was just too high, so I decided to reach out to the moving company that I used when I moved in. And it's like a college moving company. And so I had submitted the form online with all the information that they needed, but I hadn't heard back from them in a couple of days. So I decided to call them earlier. And they were like, well, we never got your form. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, let's just go ahead and reserve the movers now. And so they were asking me like questions about my apartment and I answered all of that. And then they were like, okay, well, we'll just need like your credit card to reserve it. And they asked me like for my address and I told them and they were like, oh, you live in this specific like apartment building. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, actually, we don't do moves there. And I was like, what do you mean? Like when I moved here, you moved me in. And they were like, yeah, but we've had issues in that particular apartment building, so we're no longer like taking on customers from there. And he was like apologetic, but he was like, we can't do that move. And I was like, all right, well, thank you. And so those are the only 2 moving companies in town. The one that gave me the $900 quote and the one that won't work in my apartment building. So I'm like at a loss right now as to what to do because there are no other movers in town. And so I went ahead and emailed the other people that had given me the $900 quote. And I was like, 1, why are you charging me for a truck? And I was like, 2, is it possible just to get 2 movers for 2 hours instead of 4 hours? And they haven't responded. I don't know that they will respond. But I'm gonna give them till like mid-morning tomorrow, and we'll see what happens there. But if not, like I'm gonna have to find movers somehow. And if that means like booking movers from another town, that if they have to drive like an hour or an hour and a half even, I guess that's kind of the way I'm gonna have to go, unfortunately. But I'm like really worried about that. And it's mostly boxes and small pieces of furniture, and honestly I can load all of that up by myself. It's just the couch and that TV cabinet that I can't not move by myself. Everything else, like even if it took me 8 hours, like with a dolly and like a little trolley cart, I don't have to go downstairs or anything. It's just like roll it into the elevator and then roll it onto the truck. It's just those two like large pieces of furniture. Then I'm also getting anxious because I have so many more boxes than I had when I moved in, because I had kept track of like all of the boxes that I used in the last move, just so I would have an idea of how many to purchase for this move. And it's not like an apples to apples comparison, because last time I had more extra large boxes and more large boxes, but this time I have a lot more small boxes and medium-sized boxes. And, you know, so I don't know exactly like how much more stuff I have. And furniture-wise, it's all the same furniture except for the little pink couch that I have, but that's pretty small. And then like I have an office chair, but there are a few other like items, but I was able to disassemble them so they like pack flat. So there's really not that much in terms of like furniture, but there are a lot more boxes. And the only reason I'm concerned about that is because I am going to be stopping and picking up my mom's stuff, and so I want to make sure there's enough room in there for her items, which she doesn't have a ton of furniture that she's taking. It's just going to be her bed, like a small 3-drawer dresser, and what else is like 2 big like big single chairs. And yeah, so I want to say when I moved up here, the size truck that I got, it was about 1/3 empty, and if that's the case this time, that would be awesome, but I'm getting concerned that there's not going to be enough room. But I could just be making that up in my head. I don't know. I have decided, though, that I'm going to get rid of the mattress. I feel like it probably equates to maybe 9 or 10 small boxes in terms of space that it takes up. And I just don't love it. Like sleeping on it the past couple of days, like it works, like it functions, but I don't want this mattress anymore. And so I'm gonna go ahead and leave that, so that might help with the space concerns. But I don't know, I'm like so close to finishing this component of the move. Oh, and my finger is actually like swollen. It was really red earlier. But the like shrink wrap stuff, so the one I had before I had gotten from Lowe's, and it was just like half a roll that was left over from my last move, and it's like I preferred that one because it was like thicker plastic, and then in the center there's like a space where you can put your finger, so as you're like rolling it around you can like have stability. But with the one that I got from Home Depot, like the plastic's a lot thinner and it tears really easily. And then in the center, like where you would put your finger to like roll things around, there's these little like notches in it. So every time you spin it, the notches like hit your finger. And so my finger was super red. And that's why I decided not to finish the shrink wrapping of the dresser and those wire racks, because like my finger just hurt. But I will get that done tomorrow, and like I should be able to finish like loading up the car, throwing the trash, like, which is what I want to do tonight. But I just keep thinking and like pacing, and I don't know. I don't want to pay $600 for movers for 2 hours. But I guess we'll see tomorrow if I can't find some movers. And the thing is, I didn't realize like I'm less than a week away from this move. So today is Tuesday. If I get movers tomorrow, like that would be awesome, but there's not like that much availability, and it's kind of short notice now because it's not even like a full week. It's just like 3 or 4 business days. So yeah, just getting a little worked up. But I'm gonna try and put it out of my head and just finish what I need to finish. And tomorrow's another day, right? Okay, so I did put my big girl panties on, and I put everything in the car, and I took out all the trash. This bin I'm not going to keep because it doesn't have a lid, but I am going to use it to put all of my cleaning supplies in after I'm done cleaning, because I'm going to just put it in the trash room and people can take the cleaning supplies if they want, because I don't want to just like throw it away. But yeah, this area is cleaned up now. So that is all I'm gonna do for tonight. It is 10 o'clock. I'm going to eat because I'm starving, and then I'm just gonna go to bed. I can finish the miscellaneous packing that's in my bedroom in the morning and start cleaning. I do need to take some time tomorrow though to do some of the stuff that I need to get done online, like, you know, electricity, renter's insurance, all of that stuff. Because it's the move time is creeping up on me. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Okay, so I packed up one more small box, and I'm gonna use this extra large box as my final box. So right now I have the suitcase in there, but I may end up taking that out because I'm gonna need room for the stuff that you see here. So this is just kitchen stuff, that's food, but most of the food will get cleared out. It's just the kitchen stuff. Down below I have some toilet paper and paper towels, and then my moving supply stuff will go here. Here's gonna be where I put my trash can, and inside of the trash can I'm gonna put all the cleaning supplies, well, the few cleaning supplies that I'm taking, all of my bathroom stuff, and that'll go there. And then right now, like I said, I have the suitcase in there, but I'm thinking I'm gonna just take the suitcase out and pack it on its own, because that doesn't need a box. And then I can put this stool in there like upside down, and I'll be able to put the kitchen stuff. And then I will also be able to put like my little hand vacuum that I'm keeping out. I have a load of laundry, so there's gonna be clothes that I'm putting in there. And yeah, just kind of like all those final things, but I've got it all organized and in one place, so there's really not much else everywhere. Like this, I'll just fold up and put it in the truck. This stuff I need to shrink wrap, including the vacuum. This is like my clothes and stuff that's going in the truck with me, like snacks and things. And then on my bed, all of this stuff will go in my suitcase. There's space in there. Oh, I also need to put that blanket into the final box. But it is coming together. Okay, so I've cleaned the kitchen. I cleaned the exterior of the cabinets, the inside of the microwave, the oven. I did go ahead and clean the stove really well, but I'll do that again the day that I move out. I haven't cleaned the sink. I'll just wait until I move out to do that. Dishwasher, cleaned the freezer and the fridge. And I put like all the food on just one shelf so I can easily just wipe that the day that I move. But I want to tell you guys about the stainless steel appliances. Don't they look very shiny and nice? So the entire time I lived here, I pretty much would just wipe them down, and they had streaks. I could never find a stainless steel cleaner that worked well. So I would just like wipe them down, and as long as they were clean, I didn't really care if they like shined. But I looked up something on the internet last night, and it said to wipe the appliances down with vinegar and then use a microfiber cloth with a little bit of olive oil to buff them. And it worked so well, but it's definitely one of those things where you have to trust the process, because after you wipe them down with vinegar, it's gonna look really streaky and like worse than it did before. But once you put the olive oil and like buff it, they turn out so nice. Okay, so brief update. I'm back in my house dress because I've been cleaning. But this morning I was able to get movers. They're from a town that is an hour away. But their rate is actually like only $125 an hour. So whatever they charge me for like gas or whatever to get over here, it's still gonna be cheaper than the movers that were in town. And they like responded right away. I put in a form online and they called me immediately. So I'm really excited about that. Cleaned the kitchen, and I'm feeling pretty good because that was what I really wanted to accomplish today. And it's about 3:30. I'm gonna eat because I haven't eaten anything. and then I'm gonna like wrap a few more items. I did go ahead and pack like one small box this morning with some of the miscellaneous stuff, and then I've showed you guys, like I have the big extra large box, which is like my final box of all those items. So everything is shaping up, and I should be ready to go to Texas tomorrow morning in my car.